Demonized Kyo here. Sorry, I didn't mean to do this video earlier, but I'm still sick. So today we're going to be talking about Kabuto's rekit. As far as his bingo book, we're just going to update his bingo book. Today we'll only be focusing on his rekit and how that affects his current AI. That being said, we will get right into his jutsus. I am still sick again, so so if I still cough into the mic, I'm sorry. Hopefully that's not too annoying for everyone. So looking at his ultimate rekit, so we have Chakra Dissection Blade Strike. You can tell by the red icon here, this is a lunge type jutsu. At level 3, this has a 71-second cooldown, and this pretty much just deals a large amount of damage around Kabuto, and it's going to give him a revive effect for the next 60 seconds. At level 1, this does have a 73-second cooldown and a 350 CP cost. At level 8, this has a 66-second cooldown and a 280 CP cost. Looking at his next jutsu, it's the Snake Bearer Jutsu. You can tell by the yellow icon here, this is an impact type jutsu. At level 8, this has a 4-second cooldown, and it's pretty much just, he fires a white snake ahead, and this is going to slow your movement by a medium effect, and it deals increased damage to poison and paralyzed enemies. Then lastly, for his rekit, we have White Snake Paralysis Jutsu. You can tell by the brown icon here, this is a manipulate type jutsu. At level 8, this has a 3-second cooldown, and this is the second trap jutsu we've seen as far as, like Rin, he will just set a snake right ahead of him, and if you run into that snake, it is going to decrease your attack and evasion, and it's also going to apply a medium paralysis effect. So that's it for his rekit stuff. Now we'll talk about his loadout. So the optimal loadout for Kabuto with his rekit is the Snake Pull, the Venom, obviously like the Chakra, and then Snake Charmer. So we'll just call them Pull, Poison, and then Snake Charmer. This is the optimal setup. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos for the bingo book, we'll start with 4 examples. We'll do 2 long range examples and then 2 close range examples just to see how he starts off his jutsus. With range being the #1 determining factor of how he's going to start. So we should get the Snake Pull here. We're going to evade that. There goes the white snake, and I'm going to die now because I am slowed. So there's a lot of talk about if this is actually good for Kabuto, like what does this rekit do for Kabuto? And Kabuto is already a very efficient killer on defense, but what this is going to do is help him create more situations where it's easier for him to kill. So like if I die here, that's what you'll pretty much see. Yeah, see, I'm not avoiding the snake, so I'm going to die again because I'm actually slowed, and once he sets that poison down and you're in the slow, that's it. So in both my long range examples, I've now died. We'll do the close range. Nothing has changed for his close range. He's still going to start with the poison. So there's the poison. That's one. We'll do one more. Then we'll do a load order switch because this actually does affect the order does affect how he's going to use his jutsus. So there's the poison again. Sorry for the sniffling. Alright, so now we'll do a quick load order switch. We actually can do that a little bit faster now because there's this neat trick you can do like this. So now we will put his Snake Charmer first, his poison, and then his binding. Go back to NxB. So now you'll see he actually starts with the Snake Charmer instead of the Snake Pull. So for this one, for most load order changes, we'll just do one example of each. There comes the, oh wow, he's running way too close. So there it is. Here comes the pull. Poison. Nope. Alright. Alright, so now we'll do close range. Nothing changes for us close range. It's still going to be the poison. And then we'll talk about a different load, different jutsu stuff. So here comes the poison again. As you see, like now instead of doing the pull, he actually does, and I'm going to die again. Yeah, Kabuto's pretty dangerous. So now we will change his jutsus to load out, what is it, 2? We'll put the snake trap one so we can see how that works. So chakra, binding, poison, and then the paralysis jutsu. So that's our new setup. Again, the loadout order doesn't actually matter for this one. I find that he tends to be very, very randomized with this setup. But typically he always does the trap jutsu first. I'm not sure exactly why, but we'll do 2 long range and do 2 close range again, just to showcase the AI. But like I said, it is kind of random. I can't really predict how he's going to act. So that's 1. We'll do number 2. But you'll see, like, he still does typically start with the pull, just because that is the greatest range he has. Sometimes he'll just lay the trap as soon as you spawn him. So we're not getting that though. Alright, so we'll do 2 close range now. Again, he's still going to default to the poison. Or he should default to the poison. He might actually do the paralysis. This is the randomized part I was referring to before. Messed that up, so I'm going to die. Sorry. So that was 1. We'll do 1 more. I'm not even pressing my buttons. Alright, so I'm going to die here again. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we'll do a quick load order switch just to make sure nothing changes. Not Shizune. And then we'll do 1 of each. So this time we'll put the paralysis, the venom, and then the binding. He should, for the long range, he still should default to the snake pull, but the close range, I'm not quite sure. Because it's just, when my earlier test, he just kind of like, he was very, very random with it. Oh wow, okay. Well, so he still did everything the same. So now we will default to his 3rd loadout. So this is in case you don't have to poison, and any time you do have to poison, the poison is always going to be better. But if you're going to do a 3rd loadout, it would look something like this. I would avoid putting on his paralysis jutsu because it just kind of messes up his order. But as you'll see here, it's still pretty easy for Kabuto to kill people, even with just these 2 jutsus if you don't have to poison. Let's see if I can find them again now. Where are you, Kabuto? There you are. But we are going to switch the my kunais now. We're going to go for impact because that's what Snake Charmer is. Do I have enough yellows? I do. Alright, perfect. So he's going to do whatever comes first. I don't remember what I have, but if I pull first, that's what he's going to do. Then the white snake. Close range, it should still be pulled in white snake. But the reason why I say this is viable, or a viable loadout, oh, well, there it is. I got pulled. So yeah, I'm dead now. As you can see, like, it pretty much works the same way the poison does. If he hits you with the pull and then he does the white snake, and you have, I think I have like 16k attack on my Kabuto, you're going to die. There's pretty much no way around it. So we are going to put up now our gates. And I hope you guys really do appreciate this because, well, everyone appreciates this. Because my base has been getting wrecked since I've had like Kabuto here. I've been doing this for like the last 2 days. So now we're going to talk about his jutsu ranges and stuff. So again, like, we are just focusing on his rekit stuff. So that's what we'll talk about. If you want to see my previous Kabuto video, I'll link that in the description. So that's Snake Bearer, and then that's the white paralysis. Okay, we're good to go. So, with this setup, you notice he still doesn't have he doesn't still do anything through the wall. It is worth noting that the Snake Charmer can go through walls, and it is a range, what I would call a range 3 attack. So we'll just bring up here. There it is. It's a pretty easy dodge, but it can travel through walls. It will travel the length of the floor. It is a multi-hit jutsu. That being said, it'll hit you about 3 times. The damage on it is ridiculous. So you see it did about 10k. It would do more if I was paralyzed, but pretty much 2 of them and you're dead, especially if he hit you with the pull before that. So now we'll talk about his snake paralysis. So you come up here. So you'll see, oh, there it is. So you'll see snake paralysis. If you're close to it, it's procs really quickly. Let me see, there it is. So he places it at 217. It actually stays on there for about 5 to 6 seconds before it actually procs itself. And it is another multi-hit jutsu. It hits you twice. So now we'll talk about his ultimate, but that's pretty much just a range 1 attack. There's nothing, crazy about that. For our ultimate iframe test, we will be using EMS Sasuke just because I don't want to not crusher people 4 or 5 times. This time we can just do our DOT. So his ultimate is a single hit. However, it can go through walls, and he will use it through walls, as you'll see here. The range on it is kind of like deceptively larger than what it looks like. It doesn't look like it should hit that far out, but it does. So we'll do that one more time, and then we'll showcase the iframe. So you should be running over here now. For the iframe, you want to iframe as soon as the blades go behind them. You'll see starts, and then the blades go behind them, and then it pretty much comes up. Nothing too difficult about that. And actually, I do now have a copy of his old ultimate, and we did not go over that last time, so we'll go over it this time. Unfortunately, it is the crappy version of his ultimate, but For everything else, like the iframe still kind of stands. So again, for our test, we will use this EMS. So you'll notice he does not use this ultimate through the. Oh, I didn't even change it. My bad. Okay. So you notice he's at low health. He does not use his ultimate through walls. However, the explosion can kill you through a wall. So I'll bring him up over here. So his ultimate is a range 2 attack. You can pretty much fire it from back there. As you can see, the little blast comes out, and if you run into the explosion, you will still die. Even if you avoid the initial blast, the explosion does stay up for quite a bit. I mean, for a couple of seconds. So if you run into it, you're going to die. That being said, that ultimate is a multi-hit. The initial blast hits and then the explosion hits. But for some reason, if you have a counter iframe, it does not work that way. And I'll showcase that with body blow, where I'm actually able to iframe the initial blast, and then I take no damage from the explosion for some reason. So we'll bring him up here. There it is. There goes the blast. Iframe. You'll notice I don't die, even though it is multi-hit. So we'll just kind of showcase that one more time. I'll take like the full brunt of everything. So bring him up here, and once the blast hits, it should proc 2 damage calculations, but it didn't. I don't know why. I don't know why his ult is weird. But anyway, that's pretty much it for his ultimate in the showcase. Now we will take off the fence, and we'll talk about some other stuff I actually really want to get into, because people have been saying, like, you know, again, this does nothing for Kabuto, and I completely disagree. Like I was saying earlier, I think his rekit just makes him a more efficient killer. Essentially, in my opinion, Kabuto had problems dealing with faster characters, or characters with high evade, or characters who could survive his poison, essentially like high defense characters. With the slow, you pretty much can't get out of it. We're going to take this off because I want more attack. Which one is this? Yeah, there we are. Give me 1 second. I gotta set my cards up right. Ultimate. 4-star, 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 3-star. Stat. I'm missing something. What do I not have equipped? Oh, the other ultimate. That should be a blue, I think. Do we want blue? Yes, we want blue. Oh no, that's everything. Okay, sorry, I'm confusing myself. Alright. So again, so we're just gonna look at his stats really quick, because I do want to like talk about, again, like this is pretty cool. So you'll see my Kabuto has 16k attack. And he's pretty much free to play except for this, you know, his 4-star cloak. But my stats aren't even really that good on it. And then you'll see here my EMS, who is pretty much completely pay to win, has 18k defense. So we'll be using EMS kind of for this test, and the idea here is to kind of showcase the fact that even if the poison doesn't outright kill me, if he slows me, even if I ult after him, I will die. It does a like it really does. So I'm slow here. You'll notice that he's I don't have the right setup for him. Sorry. So we need again the loadout order does matter here. So you want to have the binding, the snake pull, the venom, and then the snake bearer jutsu. When he pulls you, it's kind of up in the air whether he will poison or if he snakes you. But either way, the paralysis will last long enough for him to hit you with both. And if he hits you with both, essentially you will die, even if you kill him. So here we go. I'll get hit by the pull. He'll either poison or he'll do the snake. So I got hit with the snake first. You'll notice there's nothing I can do. Prior to this, you could run out with a high defense unit, but the slow will actually prevent you from making it out of the poison in time. You would need an ultimate where you actually have invincibility, such as like Rin or Hashirama, or even another Kabuto who revives, or a Danza who revives. But essentially, if he hits you with all three of those jutsus, you will die. Even if you have like 20k def, like you'll see, I'm able to ult. I won't make it out of the poison in time. I'll still die. And that's what Kabuto's rekit pretty much brings to the table. Again, if I'm using an even lower defense character, such as my NxB, who only has like 11k defense, if he snakes me, if he pulls me and then snakes me, I'll die. And this is without my impact kunais. So this rekit for Kabuto is definitely an upgrade. Whether you want to pull or not is completely up to you. You'll see, like, I'm dead now. I'm dead. That's it. He didn't even use the poison. I'm dead. This rekit is pretty much like an upgrade for Kabuto. Again, if you have Kabuto with his old kit and is completely just done, it's not bad. He's still going to be a great unit to use. But if you do want to update Kabuto, I would definitely pull on his rekit. This does give him some viability against faster characters and characters who are going to have high defense. Essentially guarantees if he hits you with the slow and the poison, you're going to die. There's pretty much no way around that. That being said, we'll get into our showcase. So for our showcase, multi-character showcase, we'll be using a couple of characters. So we'll start with EMS. We have a lot of time. We'll do a couple of ones because I have like 5 minutes. I'll hit like 25. Yeah, I've gotten a lot better at dodging that now. And I'm going to probably die here because I've been hit with the slow. We'll see. No, I'm not. We'll win for EMS. V2. The main thing, like, if you can avoid Kabuto's snake, then you're pretty much good. The problem is, like, mostly you're going to get tornado trapped into his room. So that's a win for V2. That's the other thing about the weakness about Kabuto. To set him up where he's going to kill people efficiently and quickly, you kind of have to sacrifice his defense, which means, he's kind of a surprise attacking character. I will also say that if you can tornado check with Kabuto, this actually does make him a lot more mainable. Because again, that revive and the pull and the slow is just, it's pretty ridiculous. I don't know why I ran into the poison. I almost got ulted. Hinata almost died. That's wild. We've already seen NxB like 20 times. Well, we'll do one more. But yeah, essentially, like, if you can evade his snake, the problem is like the traps and everything. So now I gotta, bait his white snake. And then before he gets close enough to pull me, I gotta hit him with that. He got the seal off, so we're still okay. V2. Sorry again. So we're almost at 25, so I'm actually probably gonna, this is gonna be our last one. I'll do Shikamaru, that'll be our last. Of course, I'll have up the notes and everything. The Revenge of Shikamaru, because last time he got killed. Alright, well, that's it. So again, if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe. Hashirama is supposed to be the next one I have slated. I just wanted to put Kabuto ahead because you have 2 days left to summon on his kit. We were getting a lot of questions. Well, I was getting a lot of questions about Kabuto. I've seen some comments on the Reddit about his new kit does nothing for him, and obviously it does. So should you pull on Kabuto's rekit? Short answer: if it depends. If you're trying to upgrade him for defense to deal with the higher defense units that are going to be coming out, or essentially we're seeing an increase in the general power of characters. Like we're getting tools, we're getting a lot more stat cards. Pull on this kit. If you're fine and you're kind of low on Shinos, you can skip it. Kabuto's still great. But this slow will give him the extra boost he needs to take out those higher defense and faster characters. So that's it for today. Demonize Kyo out. I'll have the notes up. Thanks for watching.